Hey guys, it's Tania at HollywoodWine.co. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create a product collage in Canva. It's pretty simple. I'm going to show you two different ways to do it. So let's get started. First you'll go to canva.com and log into your account. If you don't have an account, you can sign up for one. It's easy and it's free. They do have a paid plan, but for what we're going to be doing today, you don't really need a paid plan. If you have one, that's fine. You can still do this. So once you log in, you'll see a screen similar to this one. And this right here is just an overview of all the design templates that they have. So for this type of image that we're doing, a product collage, you want something long to be able to fit all of your images in there. And also those work really well on Pinterest. So you can do a blog graphic if you want to use a template, or you can use a Pinterest graphic. Or if you want to, you can use a different graphic if you want to. But I'm actually going to use custom dimensions for mine. I like to use images with custom dimensions so that I can make them bigger and then let my theme size them down to the correct size. So I'm going to click Use Custom Dimensions, and I'm going to be using 950 by 1450. You can use whatever size you want, pixels. And click Design. As you can see, we start out with a completely blank template here. And let's do a quick overview. Up here at the top left, you have File, Resize, which you can only do with a paid plan, Undo, Redo, Help, and this is your save status. And over here to the right, you have your document title. You have Share, Download, Order Prints, and Make Public. These are all export options. And down here in this menu, you have different tabs. So you have Search, Layouts, Elements, Text, Background, and Uploads. So where you start out, and where we're going to start out today, is with layouts. And this is the first way we're going to make product collages. So one thing I like to do, for example, when making a collage of books, is to use kind of a 3x3 grid. So we're going to come down here and we're going to choose the 3x3. And you don't have to use this. There's lots of different options here. This is just one example. But if you choose this grid and then you go up to Uploads, you can click and drag your images into the template. So I'm going to start clicking and dragging them in here. It's super easy to do. It only takes a few minutes. And you can arrange them however you want. Let's say you place that one here, but you don't want it there. You can delete it if you want to. You can delete it out. Or you can just replace over it, like so. Okay, and then I'll just finish this out. Oh, I got a duplicate there. And there you go. If you want to adjust the spacing in between here, so let's say you don't really like the spacing and you want to get rid of it. So you just click it and go up here to the left to spacing, and you can increase or decrease the spacing. Just know that the more you increase it, the less of your images are going to show. Some of it's going to be cut off, like this. So in this case, it's cut off. But this is great if you want lots of space in between your images for whatever reason. Or you can take it all the way out. And there you go. That's how you create a 3x3 grid of books. You can also choose a different type of grid. So I'm going to get rid of this by clicking it and going to the trash can, delete element, go back to layouts, and I'm going to choose a different type of grid. It starts off with less images in the grid up at the top, and the further on you go, the more images are in the grid. So I'm going to choose one with a little less. Let's see here. I'm going to do this one right here. It's got a big image at the top, 2, and then 3. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to drag some uploads into there. And this is going to be pretty random, but put it like this. Let's do this one last. And there you go. Now as you can see, this type of grid works best for images that have more background space, like this. But you can put whatever types you want in there. And that's another type of grid that you can do. And they've got lots of options over here. You can choose to do a bunch of wide images, a bunch of tall images. They've got lots of different options over here for you to choose from. So that's the first way of creating a product collage. I'm going to get rid of this. The second way of creating a product collage is to just click or drag the images over into your blank template. So we're going to do that now. You can just click it and it'll pop right in there. Or you can drag it and place it in wherever you want it. So I'm going to do a few of these just to show you. And you can do what I've been doing, click it and move the corners to resize it. Just know that if you make it too big, it's going to come out to be blurry if it's bigger than the original size. You can just keep adding them in there however you want. Now, another thing I'm going to show you is how to crop these images. So for example, this image has some extra stuff around it that I don't really want, and I kind of want it to be a little closer up here to this image. So I'm going to double click it, and then it'll go into kind of a crop mode where I can crop out whatever I don't want. So I just want to crop out the top and the bottom where that text is, like that. So I'll click the check mark and I'm done. Okay, and let's say you wanted to rearrange the images. So this one is showing up kind of behind that one. So I can click it or click that one, and I can go to arrange in the top right here, and I can move it forward. And now it appears to be on top of this one, which comes in pretty handy when you're making a collage since they're all kind of close together. And just keep arranging them however you want until you have your collage filled out the way that you want. Okay, and once you have them all in there, you can select them all by clicking and dragging and selecting all of them, and you can resize them all together if you want to and move them all together. And that comes in really handy when I've got the arrangement the way I want it, but I want to center it, or I want to make them smaller, or whatever I want to do. And then if you want to, you can add your text at the top for like a title. Drag it into place, and as you can see, these guides, these dotted lines here really help you center things. And then you can choose a different font if you want to. So I'm just going to quickly choose one here. You can uppercase it, you can resize it, and make it look however you want. You can also change the spacing in between the letters, similar to how we did with the image spacing earlier. And there you go. And I'm going to show you one more thing. I'm going to show you how to do the same thing, but with a different background color. So I'm going to select all of these again. And if you want to, you can group these so that it's also easier. And then when you get done, you can ungroup them. So I'm going to delete all these. And I'm going to place in some images with a gray background. So here we go. Okay, so all these images have gray backgrounds. I'm actually going to take this one out because it's a little bit different. You want to make sure they all have the same background color or it's going to look a little strange, and that one didn't have the same background color. So now that I've got these images arranged in here the way that I want, for the most part, I'm going to go over to background in this left panel, and I'm going to choose a background color. Now a lot of these images do have gradients in them, as you can see, so it's not going to be exact. but you can get it pretty close. So we're going to click the plus sign to create a color, and we're just going to click and drag until we get one that we're pretty happy with, like that. So these look great. This one looks a little strange, but it's not a big deal. It looks pretty good. And you can keep arranging them the way you want. You can move images back again if you want to. You can crop the images still as you want to. It's pretty easy to do. Okay, so